What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. In this video, I've got another very important AMC update to bring all of you this evening. So what we're going to be covering in this update is a little bit of technical analysis on what we're seeing on AMC right now on the 4-hour time frame to give us a little bit of an indication of what we're looking at going forward. These analyses have been pretty spot on, and what we're seeing, we haven't seen that break above the 200 EMA yet. Our thesis is it's probably going to start fluctuating around, staying in a range, and that's exactly what we have seen. And we're going to kind of go over what we're seeing now going into the next couple of days as well. Now, in addition to this, we also have to take a look at the Ortex data as well, along with what we're seeing on the option chain going into tomorrow's weekly options expiration period. But the two key things that I want to go over is Ken Griffin is making a very substantial and big move with Citadel. We're going to be going over what he just did and what the implications potentially are for Citadel going forward. And then we also have to take a look at this new AMC short that is coming out and taunting apes, because I think this is a very almost entertaining thing that we're seeing right now that I want to go over with you guys. So before we get into all of that information, if you enjoy the information and analysis that I provide for you in this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button. Cost you nothing to do it, but it really helps us out a whole lot in getting this information out to as many people who want to learn. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. So when we're looking at AMC right here, we've closed the day at $12.05, but we did hit a low of the day of $11.44. Now, we've typically seen the share price of AMC hover recently around $12 and $12.50 after making significant moves to the upside or the downside, and that's very similar to what we saw today. Again, when we take a look at the Ortex data, we're going to kind of explain why we can see these big moves down, even if we are still seeing retail investors continuously buying AMC. But again, when we take a look at this chart on the 4-hour time frame on Webull here, we did see this 4-hour cross up and then it crossed right back down. That's why we always like to say we need to see this momentum, volume, and aggressive price movement above this 200 EMA with the MACD flipping to the upside and this 1348 across to the upside too, in order to get an indication that there is a lot of bullish momentum in this stock going forward. We're not necessarily seeing that right now. That doesn't mean that it can't happen very, very quickly, but that is what we're seeing on the charts right now. When we come over to the Ortex data right here, there's a very big difference in the estimated shares sold short, 116 million, versus the amount of shares that are actually out on loan right now. This is over a 70 million share difference that these institutions can use and dump on us at any given time. Today, what we most likely saw is a pretty significant short attack against AMC. Again, the market wasn't doing anything that crazy this morning. It was kind of fluctuating around. If we take a look at SPY, the S&P 500 ETF, we didn't really see the market move all that much in the morning here. Yes, we did see this sell-off after Powell did start speaking. About an hour into Powell speaking, we did end up seeing the market ended up selling off. And quick side note right here, if you guys saw this on Twitter or on the stream, we saw this perfect 1348 cross down right here. We're playing the support levels right here. We enter right below the 200 EMA, take profit right at support. Nice little 18% trade. So if you guys do want access to all this strategy and everything, all of the private live streams, the options data, the alerts, the course curriculum that we are offering you guys, make sure you check out that link down below. But again, at the end of the day, we didn't really see the overall market move that much, and the overall market ended up 1% in the green today. So we're seeing these big short attacks coming in. Obviously, this is not what we want to see right now. But again, with the overall market conditions, until the market has a long period of trending in one direction, we're most likely going to see AMC fluctuate around and just kind of flicker in these price ranges until we start to see some sort of catalyst start to arise, a significant catalyst that is actually going to have an effect on the underlying share price, which could be Adam Aron's pouncing around Q2 earnings. Now, coming over to Stonko Tracker right here, again, we're seeing zero shares available to borrow. But at the same time, this is just one broker coming down a little bit lower here. 8,300 shares in the, or 8,300 call contracts in the money with 12,000 put contracts in the money. Now let's get into this pretty big move that Ken Griffin has just made. When we come over to this article right here and scrolling up to the top, billionaire Ken Griffin moving his Citadel investment firm to Miami from Chicago. Now, this was pretty predictable based on what we've seen. And the things that Ken Griffin has said over the past 6 to 8 months, they started moving people down to Miami. We've seen Ken Griffin make a lot of comments about the crime in Chicago and specifically the talent acquisition process that he is trying to complete in order to get what he says is the best available talent to come work at Citadel. So this move to Miami is pretty significant. Now Griffin's moving the headquarters of his Citadel investment firm to Miami after 32 years in Chicago, he said Thursday, and eventually plans to build an office tower in the Brickell Financial District to house it. Miami is a vibrant, growing metropolis that embodies the American dream, embraces the possibilities of what can be achieved by a community working to build a future together. So again, Ken Griffin, Citadel, making a very significant move of the corporation to Miami. Now, the other thing that I kind of want to get into over here is what's been going on with this new short that is effectively taunting apes. When we come over to this Unusual Whales post right here, Justin, hedge fund manager Cliff Asness opens new AMC short position and states, "I dare all meme stock maniacs to try and hurt us." Now, if you scroll through the comment thread of Unusual Whales' tweet right here, you can see that Cliff Asness has been blocking and actually went private on Twitter due to the overall backlash that the AMC community has kind of thrown his way after he said this. Now, coming over to this article right here, we get a little bit more detail into what actually is going on with this individual at his institution's position. So when we come down here, if that wasn't enough to get the attention of the retail trading crowd who call themselves apes and look to feast on short sellers like bananas, his next proposition surely provoked the primates. "I dare all the meme stock maniacs to try and hurt us." He told CNBC that it's such a small position, about 12 basis points, meaning 12% of 1%, so 0.12% of his portfolio, that it won't significantly impact his firm's performance either way. Still, he sees an opportunity to short the stock with AMC's valuation firmly above historical levels. Now, there's two key important pieces here that I want you guys to understand about why this institution is doing this. There's two main points. One, we know that these institutions are watching the social media outlets. Remember back a couple of months ago when we saw JP Morgan was coming out with those basically algorithms that was gauging retail investor sentiment and was providing that data to a variety of hedge funds? Well, again, this is kind of telling us that these institutions are watching us. This hedge fund manager is very aware of what's going on social media in the rallying behind these stocks, AMC, GME, and other stocks that you like to talk about as well. The second thing is this really just looks like a publicity stunt. He knows that if he talks about AMC, takes a 12 basis point short position in his portfolio, there's going to be a lot of people talking about his fund. It might get his name in the media a lot more. Maybe he'll do some interviews. And again, there's a lot of capital out for grabs right now in the whole world of basically institutional investing with hedge funds. We have Melvin closing down. We have Tiger Global closing down. We have, I think it's D1, I believe, is the other institution that is taking significant losses as well. If investors are asking for redemptions, they need a place to put it, and getting your name out there into the open is not really a bad thing to do, and it's not really costing them that much, 12 basis points to do so. So those are kind of the main things that I see going on with what this individual is doing. Is it really a big deal that he took a 12 basis point short? No, not really. He's not really over leveraging himself. It doesn't look like he's really ever going to get margin called on this position. So honestly, with this whole situation, after kind of going through the things that I've kind of explained in this video, kind of pushed it to the side. There's nothing really all that crazy about a new institution shorting AMC. We know from what the data that we have available to us, that there's 192 million shares on loan again, only 116 million shares estimated to be sold short. Again, pretty significant short attacks happening most of the time. And it's not really going to change a whole lot if this one small fund is coming in and taking a new short. So that is going to wrap up this update on AMC. If you enjoyed the information and analysis that I provided for you in this video, make sure you go down and hit that like button. It costs you nothing to do it, but it really helps us out a whole lot in getting this information out to as many people who want to learn. And if you guys want to see more videos like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on that notification bell so you're notified every time I post a new video. So I hope you guys are having a great evening, and I will see you guys in the next one.